Hello, guys. How are you doing? Welcome to the Superhero Post Show. And today we will be talking about some Star Wars stuff. Yes, I've made the thought that I'm going to get over my feelings and I'm going to express my feelings. This is why I created my YouTube to express my feelings. So that means, sorry, I just dropped my heater, that I am not going to shy away from telling you guys how I feel about Kathleen Kennedy. I'm just going to be straight up and honest from this point. So let's get right into it. So we're going to read this article and about obviously the fact that Kathleen Kennedy is not being replaced because there was a shareholders meeting a couple of days ago, and Bob Chapek basically um told his shareholders that Kathleen Kennedy will not be replaced by John Favreau or Dave Filoni because it was asked by one of the shareholders. That's the crazy part. They asked about that because they saw how crazy she's been being bashed for the past years since really 2017 when the last Jedi came out. So there's no truth to the rumors that Kathleen Kennedy is being replaced as the head of Lucasfilm. Disney CEO Bob Chapek assured shareholders on an investors call on Tuesday. Chapek was asked rather bluntly if Kennedy was being replaced by Dave Filoni or John Favreau, both of whom have been building out the Disney Plus Star Wars realm with shows like The Mandalorian and the upcoming The Book of Boba Fett. Taken aback, Chapek responded, "We've been absolutely thrilled that we can have the kind of talent that Kathleen Kennedy, like Kathy Kennedy, to direct Lucasfilm. We look forward to have Kathleen Kennedy running the Lucasfilm organization for many years to come." Rumors have been swirling about Kennedy being replaced for years, but it has largely just been some wishful thinking on the part of disgruntled fans like me. George Lucas chose Kennedy as his successor when he sold Lucasfilm to Disney, and she oversaw the expansion of the Star Wars universe with the new Skywalker saga films, spin-off, and TV shows. Things got off to a pretty great start with Star Wars The Force Awakens and the first spin-off Rogue One, a Star Wars story, a huge box office success, but the Force Awakens sequel, The Last Jedi, rubbed some fans the wrong way, despite the fact, well, it is not a brilliant film. But um, the divided fan reaction to The Last Jedi was exaber exab whatever by the accelerated release of Solo, a Star Wars story, which became the lowest grossing Star Wars movie to date by a wide margin, and which suffered its own production problems when directors Phil Lord and Chris Miller were replaced during film by Ron Howard. The rumors of Kennedy's seat being in jeopardy even extended to Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige when we asked Feige directly earlier this year if he was involved in upcoming Star Wars movies beyond the one he's produced the one he's producing, and he flatly said no. Chapek's affirmation of Kennedy's position should hopefully put those rumors to rest. And all in all, Kennedy has been successful at relaunching one of the biggest franchises in the world while also steering into the live action TV realm. So that is the article. So apparently, and I heard the audio of what happened. You guys can check it out too. I'll stick the link. I'll stick the link below. The Disney shareholders literally asked, like, are they firing Kathleen Kennedy, and is she being replaced by Favreau or Dave Filoni? Right. So this is how I feel about Kathleen Kennedy being president of Lucasfilm. Okay. I'm not gonna get too extreme right now, but I'm gonna put it like this. I believe that Kathleen Kennedy had her chance to lead Lucasfilm. I believe Kathleen Kennedy had her chance to really put Star Wars on the map and to make it the best franchise out here. I mean, there is no doubt in my mind that Star Wars could be more profitable than Marvel. There's no doubt in my mind Star Wars could be more profitable than DC. There's no doubt in my mind that it could be that or be close to Marvel because Marvel's is on another level right now. But Kathleen Kennedy had her chance to lead Star Wars to that, and she had a chance to do that by engaging other fans, while having newer fans get attached to newer characters. But it just kind of felt like this has become her whole political activist movement. Like that's kind of what it's felt for me. I'm being honest with you guys. This has been all about just stuff that she stands for, and it's not about telling a good story. So I believe that Kathleen Kennedy has had her chance to lead Lucasfilm, and she just hasn't done a great job of it. I mean, regardless of what the numbers say, let's not go off of numbers. Let's go off of the fact that the fandom is literally split right now. There are people like me who don't really bang with the sequel trilogy movies, who really don't reference them anymore when they talk about Star Wars. And then there are other people that love them, and the ratio isn't that big, because this is the thing. There's a lot of people who support the ideas that Star Wars has right now, but they don't watch the actual movies. They don't pay to watch movies. We're the ones that are paying for the content. You know what I mean? And Kathleen has done some great things. I'm not going to knock her for that. You know, the Mandalorian with hiring Favreau and Filoni to direct it. I think that was a great move by her. Rogue One was a great movie. Force Awakens was okay. I mean, she hasn't done all bad. I'm not going to say that, but she's made some very pivotal moves that has ruined Star Wars too. Like, you can mess up, like George Lucas messed up. Like, well, my opinion, I don't think he did, but I mean, his movies weren't always the best. They weren't. But at the end of the day, he still honored what Star Wars. I mean, he created Star Wars, so he honored, what Star Wars, the truth of what Star Wars is. Kathleen Kennedy hasn't done that. Like, I'm not saying you can mess up. Feige has messed up. Thor: Dark World was trash. Like, there were some trash movies that have been made by great producers and great presidents of certain film divisions, whatever. But they always come back with the greater movies. Kathleen Kennedy hasn't done that, and I think for Kat and since we're probably going to get Kathleen Kennedy, I mean, since Kathleen Kennedy's going to be here for a while, I think her best option is to hire people that know the content. Like, the reason why Mandalorian works so hard, I mean, works so well, is because Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are Star Wars sweats. They know the material and they know what they have to do, and they're excited to add more elements to the material. Those are the kinds of directors and producers that Kathleen Kennedy needs for Star Wars to be successful. We don't need to be hiring Ryan Johnsons and J.J. Abrams, people that, excuse me, that barely read about Star Wars, that barely know anything about the rules with the Force and the abilities and the story plots. We don't need those. We need sweats. You know what I mean? And so, if I was Bob Chapek and if I had it my way, I would fire Kathleen Kennedy and put Favreau and Filoni put Favreau at the top, because Filoni can handle that. Filoni's a creator. He doesn't need to be at the top, but he needs to be in charge of creating the ideas. I'll put Favreau at the top and put like Filoni right under him. That's what I would do, because then Star Wars would be one of the most, probably the second most successful franchise out here. Seriously. So that's what I would do. But since we're going to be having Kathleen Kennedy for a while, unless something miraculously happens, Kathleen Kennedy needs to have the mind state of, I'm going to put myself in the best position so I can keep my freaking job, and I'm going to hire people with creative control to do it. Like, and they think she's done a little bit of that with hiring what's her name to direct the Obi-Wan series. The Obi-Wan series is probably going to be the best thing we're going to see in Star Wars. Like, if Kathleen keeps her hands out of this might be the best thing we're ever going to see in Star Wars. I think Kathleen needs to understand that her job is to facilitate. When I say facilitate, I mean find the right people that know the content and love it, and back off. Kind of like what she did with Favreau and Filoni. Like, you find the right people that know it, and you just let them rock out, let them rock. You know, I think that's where I think that has to be her approach. But she's not Feige. We gotta stop acting like she's a Kevin Feige. She's not. Feige knows the content. She does not. And it's fine that she doesn't know it. But she has to understand her place in this thing. Her place is hiring the right people for the job. That's where I think the lack has been. And also keeping your personal opinions out of the Star Wars lore. Keeping your personal beliefs out of the Star Wars lore. Don't crap on the lore that's been created. Don't add a bunch of social issues that we're going through. We don't want that. This is Star Wars. We're in another galaxy far, far away for a reason, right? We need better content and not content that we deal with on Earth. We need something cooler, higher. We need higher stakes. We need better abilities that don't break the rules of the Force. That's what we need. And Kathleen Kennedy, listen to me clearly. I understand, okay? I want you to succeed because you are the head of Star Wars, regardless of what people say or not. I do think I think you're terrible as the president. We got to be frank with you, but you're the president right now. So what I want is for you to hire people to be able, I mean, that can tell the story. Because I know you got the action. I know you got this, that, and third. We need people to tell the story. Like, you literally need to hire someone to do all of the work for you. So you're not being killed like you are right now by every YouTuber in YouTube. Because, I mean, you've done some unforgivable things to Star Wars. So thank you guys for listening. Please like and subscribe below. Please follow us on Instagram at the Superhero Post Show. And have a wonderful day, guys. See y'all later.